Hey family, today is my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Bobby. I love you and I'm grateful to God for you and for everyone God brings into my life. Today I want to talk about a topic that fascinates me to no end. We're going to unpack how to improve your quality of life using the law of attraction. I'm not going to get into how the law of attraction works as if it is a human made mechanical system that you can install or uninstall. To the contrary, the law of attraction is a divine law written by the finger of God into the fabric of the universe to bless all humans. Every time I think about how my quality of life has improved using the law of attraction, I feel overwhelmed and in awe of God for giving me an easy way to live my dreams out loud. I don't necessarily advocate hard work and grinding it out as a condition of success because God has said his yoke is easy and his burden is light. I also know that hard work was spoken of as a curse resulting from the fall of mankind from grace. You see, grace brings ease, and if you fall from ease, your labor intensifies and your productivity diminishes. Of course, I'm not advocating laziness either because a slack hand brings about poverty. Yet, if we work in concert with the divine laws in the universe, which are working together for our good, then I expect that my efforts will yield maximum results. Let's bring to mind the curse spoken over those who don't utilize the grace of God. The Bible says, "Curse is the ground because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground." Adam and Eve rejected God's grace and chose to do things the hard way. So I feel a little uneasy when people start to preach grinding hard as the only way to fulfill your dreams. To me, exhausting yourself and overextending yourself for the sake of a few coins is a curse, not a blessing. The blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. The law of attraction is a blessing, plain and simple, and it is very easy to use. The results you'll achieve will be well beyond what human effort could accomplish in your lifetime. The law of attraction is at work even when you are not working, which is great because I'm sure you are busy making many power moves to fulfill your dreams. But this power move involves less labor because you are bringing a desire to mind in vivid details. Those details might be capsulized in a picture, drawing, writing, recording, or maybe it's something you fancy in your imagination. Maybe it's something you've researched a few times or something you've seen in a movie or read in a book. Many moons ago, I published a magazine called Light Magazine, and I wrote an article about homeschooling. At that time, I knew next to nothing about homeschooling, but I was captivated by the possibility of allowing my children to find their own educational path and potentially graduating from high school early. Back then, there was no MJ. In fact, I was neither married nor dating anyone, but I tucked away the idea of homeschooling in my heart. Yet when my son was born, I had every intention of enrolling him in a public or private school. My job and my husband at the time, his work schedule would by no means present the opportunity to homeschool MJ. Then a series of unfortunate events happened, all of which sound unfortunate, but they opened the door to homeschool MJ. First, MJ's father lost his job while I was pregnant. Then my work contract ended 2 years later, and I was out of work for several months. Even when we were both back to work, our household income dropped by $32,000. When MJ approached 2 years old, he was more than a handful to deal with. Whether it was Sunday school, daycare, or karate class, he acted up so badly that adults just didn't want him there. When he got kicked out of preschool, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I knew he needed me to be his teacher, at least until his behavior improved enough to fit in a classroom setting. MJ blossomed under my tutelage, and I decided to homeschool him until he grew out of my abilities. In the end, MJ never experienced a brick and mortar school until college. He found his own educational path and graduated early from high school, community college, and university. He's now 18 years old and works from home, earning twice as much as most young people his age. As I said, the law of attraction is at work even when you aren't actively working toward a goal. And that's what boggles my mind about it. You can just tuck away a desire in your heart, and the law of attraction immediately goes to work bringing that thing into your life. Immediate action doesn't translate into immediate results, though. In the story I just shared about homeschooling MJ, at least 4 or 5 years passed between when I first had the idea of homeschooling my children and when I actually began to homeschool my son. There are many ways God can and will bless you. The law of attraction is just one of many, and perhaps I will do a series on other avenues of blessing in the near future. But this episode, let's stay focused on how to fulfill your dreams and desires using the law of attraction. Even though the law of attraction is easier to use than writing your goals and actively working towards those goals, you can't rely on it for everything you want or need. For example, I'm not going to wait on the law of attraction to bring food into my life when I'm hungry. I'm going to go to the store or restaurant or the refrigerator. The law of attraction didn't move me from Virginia to Florida. A lot of planning and work were involved. However, where I live in Florida has a lot to do with the law of attraction. Let me explain. I initially wanted to move to Vero Beach, but the pandemic set the stage to drive home prices up rapidly, and it was no longer affordable for me to live there. I'm 30 to 45 minutes north of Vero Beach on a humbug. I just searched for an area near Vero Beach with affordable prices. When I wanted to move to Vero Beach, I didn't have a dog, so I didn't care about whether the town was dog friendly or not. In my opinion, Vero Beach isn't as dog friendly as where I live right now, and I would have been totally disappointed to have moved there, then realized it was a bad choice for me and Chadwick. When I placed the deposit with the builder for this house, I didn't know anything about this city nor my neighborhood. I went in blind, so to speak, because the market was such that I had to move quickly to lock in on a property. Nevertheless, the law of attraction was at work. Let me explain. I had been doing some research about living green, homesteading, living off the grid in a self-sustaining property, as well as tiny home living and living a simplified lifestyle. Homesteading and living off the grid appealed the most to me, but I hadn't planned to actively pursue either lifestyle change with this move. Because available homes for sale were few and far between, this move really wasn't the time to experiment. But the law of attraction brought the answers and solutions I desired anyway. I stayed in a small studio waiting for my home to be built. And during that time, I realized that small living and the minimalist lifestyle weren't for me. YouTube videos on those topics really appealed to me, and I wondered, could I, should I? And without deliberately trying to answer those questions, the law of attraction brought the answers my way in living color. I was supposed to be living big in Mexico, but when those plans got changed, to live cheap in the U.S. meant living small. And that change drove me and my crew bonkers. I tried to make do, living small and living with just a few of my possessions, but oh my God, I'm not that girl. I need space. Walking from room to room and having many options of where to rest my feet brings me peace of mind. I learned so much about myself during that time. Valuable information I might not have had deliberately pursued, but the law of attraction brought it into my life anyway. When I moved into my home, I realized that I actually live in a rural area. It doesn't look rural. It looks like the suburbs, but less crowded and a bit further from the nearest Walmart. I wanted something more rural, but again, I didn't plan to pursue it. Yet, it fell into my lap anyhow. When I first looked outside at night and it was pitch black, I said, holy crap, I'm in the country. And I'm partially off the grid because I have well water and a septic tank. If I decide to get solar panels for electricity, I would be even closer to living off the grid. As far as homesteading goes, well, I have the space for a nice garden and an orchard, and I could grow enough food year-round to live on. I bought this land sight unseen, and had I put more thought into what I was doing, I would have followed old patterns instead of allowing the law of attraction to upgrade my lifestyle. I couldn't be happier with where I am, and I'm excited about gardening and learning more about homesteading. My yard also needs to accommodate recreation and leisure, and that part is coming along well. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I know this space will continue to evolve year after year. I believe this house is the genesis of something bigger. As a new lifestyle unfolds for me on this property, I know my true self is emerging as well. I want to encourage you not to dismiss your dreams and desires that seem far-fetched. Even when you don't know how to make certain dreams a reality, tuck those amazing ideas away into your heart. Don't dismiss them. Don't disown them. Give them a place in your heart where the law of attraction can find them and begin to move things around on your behalf to make the impossible very much possible. It's awesome to know that you can rest and be at peace knowing all things are working together for your good. Yes, there's work for you to do, but please be aware of the divine systems in place operating for your good. The law of attraction is one of those systems, and it can do for you in one day what you could not accomplish in 10 years of hard work. Let's start working smarter instead of harder. And the smart move is to discover what the law of attraction can do for you. This week's power move is to imagine what a lifestyle upgrade looks like for you. For one of my coaching clients, an upgrade meant letting go of someone who loved her, but the feeling was no longer mutual. She struggled for years to cut the cord, and as soon as she let him go, her life opened up to true love and her business soared. So an upgrade does not have to relate to a new car or home or gaining anything. It could be about finally letting go of what isn't working for you any longer. Whatever you imagine should really move you on the inside. You need to feel the joy and excitement about this upgrade, or some sort of positive emotion should surface as a signal to the universe to start the process of recovery. Once you vividly bring to mind your upgraded lifestyle and experience positive emotions about it, tuck it away in your heart and thank God for its fulfillment. That's it. How easy was that? I'm so happy you joined me today as I celebrate what the law of attraction has done for me. And I look forward to hearing what it is doing for you. Leave a comment in chat or send me an email and let me know about it. Until next time, be bold, be great, and be inspired. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining me for another week of Danielle Inspires. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the alert button so that you are aware of new content as soon as it is released, and share this inspiration with those you love. See you next week. Thank you for joining me for another week of Danielle Inspires. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the alert button so that you are aware of new content as soon as it is released, and share this inspiration with those you love. See you next week.